So I'm going to hand it over to Ms. Frost for her CEO report.
Yeah, good morning, President Taylor and excuse me, board members. 6.5 years ago, a large group of global institutional investors decided to do something pretty bold. Those investors launched a coalition committed to a set of shared principles in the fight against climate change. As we know, CalPERS was a catalyst in creating that coalition. The mission was straightforward: identify 100 companies with some of the highest greenhouse gas emissions and urge those companies to do better. Urge that they make their boards of directors accountable for climate risk. Urge that they take steps to reduce greenhouse gas emissions across all of their business practices. And urge them to be more transparent with investors like CalPERS, who need clear, consistent information to assess and price the risks related to climate change. In 2018, the list of companies grew. Today, the coalition is known as Climate Action 100+. By the end of last year, engagements were underway with 167 companies across the world. Make no mistake, the effort has produced real results. 3/4 of the companies identified have committed to net zero emissions by 2050 or sooner for Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions. And almost all of the companies now have board committee oversight of climate change risk as well as opportunities. CalPERS believes in the goals and the work of Climate Action 100+ more than ever. We provided leadership at its beginning, and as the organization enters into its second phase of work, we are again raising our hand to serve among its leaders. I'm pleased to announce that this week, CalPERS Chief Operating Investment Officer Michael Cohen will become the new chair of the Climate Action 100+ Steering Committee. So let's do a congratulations to Michael. He's sitting right behind me. So investor partners fill the position on a rotating basis, and we are always happy to do our part. And I want to take a moment to thank and congratulate Francois Humbert, the outgoing chair of the steering committee, for his work and his leadership. Michael Cohen's participation on the steering committee begins later this week, and when he becomes chair in May, it will mark the second time that CalPERS has held this leadership role since 2017. His service to the organization comes at a crucial time. Not only are we fighting an existential race against the clock, but we're also sadly fighting, in some corners, a creeping sense of complacency. But this is not a time to be complacent. Our success so far is not enough. The cause of combating climate change will not just move forward on its own. In recent weeks, some influential investors have decided that they no longer want to be part of a global coalition. Why? We can't say. We really know for sure. Perhaps it's the constant bombardment of misinformation or political pressure that has given these investors pause about staying the course and finishing the work. As our investment team shared with the board last month, we listened to the institutions that recently chose a different path. We can't speak to their decisions because we see things differently. What we can speak to is the amazing strength in numbers and total assets under management that helps the voice of Climate Action 100+ be heard by companies worldwide. It's not always easy to carry on and to keep up the fight, but we believe it's the right thing to do for our members, their families, and their retirement security. We know that we have a fiduciary duty to our members, and we believe a fundamental part of that duty is to be relentless in examining risk, to be relentless in our search for new investing opportunities, and to be relentless in using our voice to protect shareholder value over the long term. As chair of the Climate Action 100+ Steering Committee, Michael Cohen will help lead the coalition at a pivotal moment. Let's not forget what we know about the risk that climate change poses to CalPERS' members. Climate risk can lead to instability for investors, lower returns, and higher volatility. These are serious dangers to a long-term investor, especially one like CalPERS, where we have a duty to provide many decades of retirement benefits to our members. Having partners in this fight, the principle behind Climate Action 100+ isn't just about efficiency, it's also about effectiveness. And it's about demanding consistent information to make good investment decisions. Take, for example, the multi-year effort to establish a net zero benchmark for companies. That was updated and improved upon just last year. This is the kind of information that helps strengthen our hand during engagement with these companies. And combined with the size of our fund, It's what makes engagement work. And briefly, I want to address what does not work. And what doesn't work is a powerful global company that seeks to punish shareholders for speaking out. I want to draw your attention to a very troubling decision by Exxon, one that's received some attention, to take some of its shareholders to court for submitting shareholder resolutions related to climate change. The company has chosen to keep pushing for legal action even after the shareholders withdrew their proposal. The long-term repercussions of silencing shareholders really should concern everyone. So let me be clear, CalPERS will not be silenced. We will not be silenced when doing what's right to provide long-term investment returns for our members, and we will not be silenced in our call for more information and more ways to assess the risks of climate change. Climate Action 100 Plus is one way we use our voice. We welcome our colleague Michael Cohen's new role in the coalition, which will amplify our voice in the weeks and months to come. So President Taylor, that does conclude my remarks. Thank you. I'm happy to take questions if there are any.